Hey guys. Okay, so this video series is about my past lives concerning the ETs that contact me now, and and how I found out my involvement with them and how it all worked out. And that came through past life recall, and I figured out a way within myself to recall my past lives, and I'll explain that later. But right now, I want to get right into this because it's going to be a lot to talk about. And so one night, this is in 2002, 2001, in Vancouver, British Columbia. I had an ET contact at night. I woke up from it, and I was alone in the apartment at the time. So I lay down and I meditated. And what happens is, for me, I have a whole bunch of information, and it's like a big feeling in my chest. I feel it. I feel the information. And so I lay down, I meditate, and I cross over, bring my light, my inner spark, my innocence to my head, and I chant. And the question was, how am I involved with the ETs? How am I? What are the ETs? Now, there was a lot more experiences that went with this, but to make things short, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to leave a lot out. But this is the good stuff. But the other stuff is good stuff too, but it's not really relevant to what I'm trying to get across here. And, but I'm going to make another video of this past life so you can watch it again and get all the detail. So, because there's a lot to it. So, I lay down, meditate, cross over, bring my inner light to my head, all three, and I chant. What was my involvement with the ET? What's my involvement with the ETs? Like, because I want to know why the hell they've been contacting me all my life and giving me these awesome experiences. Check the playlist. So, I'm chanting that, and I'm chanting it, and as I'm chanting it, I'm falling asleep. I'm not falling asleep. I'm relaxing in meditation, and then I'm lying on my back, chanting, and I have earplugs in so I can hear what happens in my head. So I think I'm going to get words saying something to me, right? But I get a vision instead, and I'm going to keep part of the vision out. So, because it's long. So, but you'll get it. All of a sudden, boom! I'm standing in front of a building. I'm standing in what looks like the desert, and there's a couple black trees that go all the way to the horizon, like dead trees, random dead trees, and they're all burnt and black and dead. And in front of me is a house that looks like this, and it's cylindrical, round. And on the door, there's a door, and the windows, there's diamond windows on it, diamond-shaped windows with glass. And it looks like clay. It looks like it was made out of clay, but it wasn't. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, you take clay and stick it on and it dries? That's what it looked like, the whole house. And I'm thinking, I'm not thinking anything. I'm just standing there looking, and I'm thinking, oh, it's a shame. We gotta go. We gotta leave. I kept saying, we gotta go. Come on, man, we gotta go. And, I'm saying, come on, man, we gotta go. And just then, the door opens up on the house. Now, the house looked like a Fermi nuclear, you know, the Fermi 2 nuclear power station, the smokestacks. It looked just like that, but a lot smaller. Anyways, the door opens up, and the ET walks out, and looks just like the ones I see. And I'm like, come on, man, we gotta go. And she's like, yeah, okay. She ain't moving her lips. We're just talking to each other, like, spiritually. And so she comes up beside me, and I go, it's too bad it's happening, eh? And immediately I know what's happening is the sun is getting bigger. It's expanding, and it's heating up the planet and killed everything on the planet. And the only thing that's left is black trees. And this is our ride off the planet. We gotta go. And so she comes out of the house, and then then that part ends right there. She comes out of the house, stands next to me, and I say, we got to go, and I get the information about the sun expanding, because it was like really hot, and it ended right there. And then I went to the next vision. It's like vision after vision after vision after vision, all lined up. And I'm in a room. I'm in a spaceship. Classic disc craft. There's a big pillar in the middle. Big pillar in the middle. There's a floor underneath of us. There's about 10 of us in this craft. And it's only meant to hold like 4 or 5 or 6. And there's like 10 or more people that are escaping this planet's destruction from its sun expanding. And I have one job to do, and it's to make sure this thing is working right. This gizmo that's on the floor in the corner, I gotta keep it going, make sure it's balanced or whatever. And it's a tedious job, and we've been in this goddamn thing we've all been sitting in this craft for weeks, and I'm losing it. I'm working this little machine that's in the floor, or whatever it is, a valve, or not a valve, I don't know what it was. And I just got to keep it going. There's numbers and things, and I got to make sure it's punching numbers and stuff, and make sure it works. It's very important, whatever this is. And so I'm doing this. That's all I do. That's all I do for weeks. Stuck in this cramped. It's like 10 people in your living room. And I remember I wanted to express myself, but I wasn't allowed. The rules were you don't express yourself emotionally. Do not talk to any other person unless it's a specific. Okay? You don't talk to anybody. You don't have an emotional outburst. And they do the same, and it's out of respect for the other person, because the other person feels everything you're going through, and they hear everything you're going through when you project it at another person. They hear it automatically. And I'm losing my shit. I'm about to fucking blow up. Alright? And I'm compacted. I'm holding in everything. I gotta meditate all the time to release all this stuff, to relax, recompose myself constantly. That's all I do, and I work on this machine. And everybody else has their assignments, and we're looking. And I don't even know what we're doing. We're on this ship, and it seemed like for like 2-3 weeks we were on this ship. All of a sudden, I'm ready to explode. And the girl I was with in the house, my mate, she's on the ship too. Okay? She's on the ship too. And we were together, I guess. But I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it. And what happened is, or maybe she was my sister or something. I don't know. Whatever. It was a girl. I was with her in the house. And, okay, and how they looked, beige skin, big heads, egg eyes, and they're all wrinkly. Oh, no, Linda, what? I don't want to edit this video. My boss is getting his shit. So, we're all in this, and the big commander of the big head honcho, commander or whatever, the guys, whoever ship this is, comes out and says, we need a volunteer to go out on the planet. We all know what that meant, because others have already done it, and I've seen others do it, and I knew that, but I didn't know what it was all about. Consciously in my head, as I'm watching this, I just knew others went out, and I went, I'm next, I'm the guy next, I'm next. And he goes, okay, and so I turn around, and then we flip some more into the future. Now I'm standing in front of a door, and I got I'm naked. Sorry, I don't have a biosuit. I'm naked. And we're on a planet. And the door is going to open up. So I go in the door, The door opens up, I go in, and I'm in a room, like a rectangle room. And then I walk up to the next door, and the door opens up, and all this heat hits me, like heat. And I walk out onto the, I walk out and I look, and there's, the first thing I see are cactuses and tumbleweeds and cactuses and the pinyon trees, shit like that. And the heat, my skin went just like that, just instantly went, just like recoiled from the heat and the radiation from the sun, just recoiled. And then all of a sudden I went, and I started breathing in everything, right? I started breathing in really heavy on purpose. I started breathing a lot on purpose. And then the heat came and it started just choking me. I couldn't, and as I'm breathing in, I realized I couldn't breathe this atmosphere. I couldn't breathe the atmosphere, and it felt like I was drowning. And then I fell on my knees. No, I turned around because I knew I was dying. I walked out and I turned around, and there's a disc craft. The door was open, and to the side, no, the door was closed. Sorry. And there's a diamond-shaped window on the door. And I'm dying. The heat is killing me. My lungs are on fire. The alien girl, she's standing there looking at me in the window, the one I left with, the other planet. And she waves to me, and all of a sudden I get this whole burst of love. Whap! And it hits me. And I was like, oh, thank you. And I went, and I fell face first into the dirt. Then I'm out of my body, I'm standing there, and I'm watching. The door opens up. Two guys come out, and they have biosuits on. White. They're totally white biosuits. And I can't remember the detail. They pick me up, and they carry me back in the ship. After some time, I'm standing there, and the ship starts powering up and takes off, slowly off into space. Finally, it's gone. I can't see it anymore. I turn around, and I go, well, I gotta find the people. And I felt, at that moment, they found people. Before I left the ship, we did recon or whatever. They found people, indigenous people, and I'm not too far away from them because they landed, so I can go over there and check them out. Okay? The indigenous people that were on the planet. And it was like a tribe of native people. And I don't know who they were, whatever they were, but I was the first people I went and checked out. And there are other places far, far away peoples that were living on this planet. But this is the area we were and whatever. And I figured, well, and I remember saying, I'm going to look at every culture. Because I don't want to be born into a culture that's fucking stupid, right? You know, there's a lot of cultures out there that are totally opposite of normal, you know, universal law. And, you know, and there's, you know, they kill you as a baby sort of thing. So why even bother, right? Shit like that. I want to find a cool culture with cool people. So I figured I'm going to check out every culture on this planet before I'm born. And wherever I end up, that's where I'm going to incarnate into. And I knew it. That's what I knew. Put it into word. Put all that into words. I thought, and I knew from shit. All of a sudden, boom! I wake up. I'm laying in bed, and I'm holy. So I got my pad and paper, and I wrote down that whole vision as best as I could. Okay. Now, I just found out what I needed to know, what I asked for, which was what's my involvement with the ETs. And there was more to the vision to confirm what's happening, but I ain't gonna put it here because it just takes too long. I only got so much time on these videos. I'll make 10 videos explaining one thing. So I woke up and I wrote it all down, and in a dream the next day, I figured I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do it again. Maybe I can get some more information. So I lay down the next day, I meditated, and I chanted. Now I had this reoccurring dream all my life, and I never finished it. All my life. I'm 30 something now, 25, 30. I don't know, I can't remember, I can't do the math right now. And in Vancouver, all my life I've had this dream. Months and months and months and weeks and months and years. Over and over and over and over. I know this dream inside and out. Almost. Anyway, here's the dream. I'm going to make it short and sweet. I'm picking up a hockey ball. I get stung by a thorn. Later I found out the thorn means love. If you get stung by a thorn, it means someone loves you. Same with the bumblebee, but in this, I was stung by a thorn. They love you. Someone loves you. I then turn around, I got my hockey ball, and I'm running across an empty lot where I grew up in Chatham, Ontario. I'm running, and behind me is a big eye in the sky, and it's staring at me, and I can feel it, and it's staring at me in the dream. And then all of a sudden I'm running from the eye in the sky, and it's chasing me. It feels like I'm being hunted. All of a sudden, boom, 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 there's a T-Rex. He's chasing me. He's trying to eat me. And I'm following fossilized footprints. Fossil footprints of a T-Rex. But the T-Rex is behind me, but I have fossils in front of me. Okay? Then, the fossilized footprints, I'm running, I'm following them, and I'm following up to a star chart. No, writing. Like Arabic writing, or Sanskrit. And it's carved out in sandstone. You know, like you see? It's carved out in sandstone. And there's pages and pages and pages and pages all in front of me, like all over a big, huge parking lot. And I'm like, holy shit. And I just instinctively know, this is me. This is my story. Everything written here is me. So far, what I've done with the ETs, okay? This is my whole ET existence, this Sanskrit. Well, it looks like Sanskrit. I don't know what language. I don't know what it was. It could have been the ET language, right? I don't know. To me, it's Sanskrit. I can't read it, but I know what it is. So I'm like, well, I got no time to read this or understand it. So I start running again. I'm following the fucking fossilized footprints. T-Rex is coming. The eye in the sky is coming. The big eye in the sky, and I can feel it. And they're both trying to kill me. And I'm starting to panic. And I always wake up around this point, within this little part, but I never did this time. I'm running. I get to the star chart. All of a sudden, there's a star chart on the ground. I'm running into a star chart. And the whole ground is a big star chart. And I run into the middle of it, and I go, I know that. Just like a bunch of stars. And I go, I know it. And there's lines with little numbers beside every star, and lines and latitudes and fucking all this stuff. I don't know, I can understand all this stuff, but it was like travel routes through the star systems to different planets and different things. And I knew it all in my head. All of it. I saw it on the ground. But T-Rex is coming. I'm freaking out. I gotta go. But I knew this one thing. And it was a set of 3 stars. There's 3 stars with lines going to it, all coming and going, and all this stuff. So I'm like, well, I gotta go. So I start running. I get past that. So I get past the star chart. I get to Park Ave, and I live on the other side of Park Ave. So I run across the street. I run up the driveway to my house in Chatham that I used to live when I was a kid. I run up. I turn to go up the staircase, cement staircase to the back door, because that's the only one we used. And I grabbed the tin door, screen door. I opened it up, and there was a big steel wooden door. And I went to open up the wooden door to get in because the T-Rex is about to get me. The eye in the sky is about to get me. And on the door is 3 stars. There's one on the left, one on the right, and a bigger one in the middle. And I'm like, and I went, and I just took a picture of that, and I said 3 stars. Then I woke up. I opened the door and I jumped in the house. Okay, the 3 stars, my home. Okay, of the past. Okay, to make this real quick, there's a lot to this dream, but in my past, with the aliens I had yesterday, my past alien existence on another planet, turned out the 3 stars is my home in the sky. I'm like, fuck, right? So eventually I find out, I ask, I chant, and I get words saying Orion's belt. So I'm like, holy shit. And it's another meditation. I freak out, 3 stars. So I grab the astronomy book, and I'm thinking 3 stars, Orion's belt, right? I'm thinking Orion's belt is a belt of stars, like hundreds. A belt, you know, it's a belt. It's a long thing. I didn't know Orion was a character, and his belt had 3 stars. So a couple of days later, I find out, I rethought it, and it turns out Orion's belt has 3 stars. So I checked, and it said in the astronomy book, 3 stars of Orion's belt. And I went, holy shit. I don't know nothing about stars. I mean, I know basics, but I don't know fucking detailed star systems and all that stuff. And so I don't know any of that. But I know, you know, light travels this fast and all that. But anyway, I went, I looked it up, and basically, 3 stars is my home, Orion's belt. And I got more information about the specific star. The specific star is where I'm from. I checked it out, and Epsilon, it was called, in the astronomy book. And the star, the center star in Orion's belt, expanded. Just as in my vision. I didn't know that shit. I didn't know nothing up there. So I find out it expanded and ate our fucking planet. And that's why we had to leave. In this life, okay? So, or something happened out there like that. I think it said expanded, or enlarged itself, or became a red giant, or yellow giant, or whatever the hell they're called. I don't know, I can't remember the details, and I never looked them up. I don't really care. I care about the past life. So, but it'd be cool if I should check it out again. I know I checked it out once. So, that is my involvement. That is where the ETs that are contacting me now in this life are originally from. And my soul is originally from that culture. And you just heard how I got to Earth and started and got involved with the cultures on Earth. Okay? So this is part 1 to the series. And this series is all about alien stuff and the origins of humans and what I know. Now, I don't believe anything out there, okay? I know there's something that we've been lied to about. And it has to concern, when I read Zecharia Sitchin, I had tingles for 6 volumes, okay? I couldn't put it down. I'm going, yep, tingles. When you get tingles, that means yes. Okay, that's truth. That's your spirit saying truth. You're getting juiced by God, man. And that's what that means. So, I got tingles reading the stuff from Zecharia Sitchin. Now I found out more, and that's why I'm making this series, about the Anunnaki and the control grid on Earth and how it all works out. And how I do that, I don't believe anybody out there. They can talk, and I get tingles, or I don't. So it's either bullshit, or it's some truth to it. So I try to find the truth. And I do that by listening to what my inner light is. When I really get affected by something, I'll feel it. When I start feeling something about a certain event I'm reading, I'll feel it. And it's like, yeah. And it's like a whole play. It's like a play being written in my heart. But it's an energy. It's about to pop. That's when I know that is information I need to get to my head in a vision or a past life or something, okay? And then I meditate and ask. So what I ask, what does this mean? What is it? or ask a specific question. Okay, so the next video is going to be about my Atlantis past life. Now, these past lives, I've had many more. That I was just like a farmer, you know, boring guy. I have a bunch of 3 or 4 Native American past lives. Okay, I'm gonna get to them all, but right now this is just concerning the Anunnaki, the Egyptians, stuff that happened to me throughout the ages and all my past lives, where I've had past lives that dealt with aliens and Anunnaki and Atlantis, all this stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you these past lives, and you can take it for whatever you want, but to me they're pieces of the puzzle for me in my own journey, understanding my own past to where I'm going, and how it adds up with what other people's experiences with what was in Zachariah Sitchin with the Anunnaki, the Agigi, and all this stuff. How it all fits in, and the war on Mars. Why are these ruins on Mars? Well, for me, I know why. Okay. Crazy. Anyway, it's gospel to me. I'm not saying it's gospel to you. I'm just telling you my experiences. And my experiences don't mean shit to you. You gotta dig out your own experiences. Okay? I'm just putting it out there to trigger you so you can do your own. But this is good. It's a good way of doing things. And this is all unconscious. Conscious and unconscious. Because I'm watching TV, I get juiced, I get the bubble, and I ask, what? I ask my soul, what? And it, boom, shows me in a vision. That's the only way I know. Okay? So, we'll go on to the next.